Okay, Cody, we're all set. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. This meeting of the Coventry Town Council will now come to order at 5:32. Roll call, Ms. Ludwig.
Here.
Mrs. Lima. Absent. Mrs. Shockley.
Here.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Here.
Mrs. Dixon here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mrs. Shockley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Would you please provide the emergency evacuation plan?
We leave out this door and go to our right.
Excellent. Thank you so much. This evening, we're going to recognize community groups that provide service to our community. We will read 3 certificates of recognition tonight and the rest of the certificates of recognition at our next meeting. All recipients, however, will be honored at the open house, which will take place this evening from 6 to 8 o'clock at the Coventry Resource Center on Wood Street. And if you're listening to us, please do join us. Tonight, we recognize the following: the Payne House Museum, managed by the Western Coventry Historical Society. And I'm going to ask Ms. Ludwig if she would please read the certificate.
So the town of Coventry in the state of Rhode Island, certificate of recognition. The town council of the town of Coventry hereby extends its sincerest gratitude to the Western Rhode Island Civic Historical Society. Led by President Brenda Jacob and their board members, Donna Wedge, Bob Chorney, Sandy Chattel, Richard Wedge, Peter Bennett, Linda Hawkins, Mark Gardner, and the board members at large, Sue Bennett, Peter Bennett, Faye Edwards, Linda Hawkins, Colleen Hodges, Julie Tilley, and Rob Giddy. The Western Rhode Island Civic Historical Society has long been a staple in the Coventry community, not only helping to preserve the Payne House, built circa 1690, but also recently taking on the preservation of the Stanley Mark Fire Alarm Building, located on Station and Main Streets in Coventry. These locations are some of the oldest buildings in all of Coventry. The board and all volunteer membership has worked tirelessly to preserve these sites in order to allow the citizens of Coventry to continue gathering, learning, and viewing about the historical materials, tools, textiles, books, and all other things original to Coventry's rich historical background. The council thanks the Western Rhode Island Civic Historical Society for their ongoing efforts to preserve and share these buildings and materials for all Coventry residents' enjoyment.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ludwig. Let's turn to the General Nathaniel Green Homestead. Mrs. Lima, would you like to read that one, please?
Sure.
Would you like this copy or do you have one? You have one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Certificate of recognition. The town council of the town of Coventry hereby extends its sincerest gratitude to Nathaniel Green Homestead Association for their continued enthusiasm and commitment to preserving the historic assets and character of our community, namely the Nathaniel Green Homestead. Open to the public from April through October, the Homestead Association's volunteer base maintains the historic property, provides tours, operates a gift shop, and regularly holds events with other historic organizations in the mission of keeping the history of property and Major Green, General Nathaniel Green, considered one of George Washington's most talented and dependable officers in the American Revolutionary War. Council thanks the association and their team of volunteers for their tireless dedication to preserving and sharing the homestead with the local community and those that come from far and wide.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Shockley will read the certificate of recognition for the Coventry Department of Public Works.
The town of Coventry extends a certificate of recognition on behalf of the town council to the Department of Public Works, led by Director Kevin McGee, for their efforts during the 21-22 winter season. Even through adversity in the form of out-of-service vehicles and above-average amounts of ice on our roadways, the team was able to deliver reliable road treatment services to provide for safe passage of our first responders and residents. The council thanks the Public Works team for their ongoing commitment to quality service to Coventry residents.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all for your service to our community. As a reminder, all the copies of all of the certificates that of recognition that we have worked on as a council will be available for, reading while you are at the open house this evening from 6 to 8. Again, it is at the Coventry Resource Center on Wood Street. And the rest of the certificates will be read at our next meeting. Consent agenda C, approval of National Grid Verizon request to install a new pole at Arizona Street, installing new pole 2-5. So if you please turn to that. Page 3 and page 4 in our packet. It looks like it's page 3 and 4 in our packet. May I have a motion to approve the installation of the new pole on Arizona Street?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any comments or any questions that any members of the council may have? No questions? Okay, roll call vote. Ms. Ludwig?
Yes.
Mrs. Lima?
Yes.
Mrs. Shockley?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon? Yes. 5 yeas, no nays. The motion passes. Thank you. The next item is approval of National Grid Verizon request to replace a pole on Perry Hill Road, replacing pole 89, installing stub P89-84 NW from P89. Install a pole and pole guide from P89 to P89-84. Install anchor 10-inch lead and install 12.5 MF guide strand pole to anchor. Reference pages 5 to 6. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
May I have a second? Any questions or comments that any members of the town council have? Okay, roll call, Ms. Ludwig?
Yes.
Mrs. Lima?
Yes.
Mrs. Shockley?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon, yes. 5 yeas, no nays, the motion passes. Public comment. Is there anyone who is present in this room with us who would like to speak? Please raise your hand. Okay, is there anyone on Zoom who would like to speak? Okay, seeing none, hearing none. May I have a motion to adjourn the town council meeting at 5:42?
So,
Thank you.
second.
Thank you. Roll call. Ms. Ludwig?
Yes.
Mrs. Lima?
Yes.
Mrs. Shockley?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon? Yes. 5 yeas, no nays. The motion passes. The meeting is adjourned at 5:42. Please all join us at the open house at the Coventry Resource Center, Wood Street. The room looks great. We have refreshments here and we're looking forward to everyone attending. Thank you.